YouTube, Tutu UK, welcome back to channel, welcome back to another video. I've managed to create some space in the junk shop, junk room. I've got a tiny little square. I'm buttered up between the chair and all the crap that you can't see in front of me there. So yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm gotta mix up a bit. I mean, I did want this room to kind of have that ability to be able to film in different places, and this is about the best I can get it at the minute. I can't go too far that way because there's all crap there as well, so you'll have to bear with me. I may be a bit of this going on because I've had to put stuff on the desk this side. There's a burp. Treat yourself. Do not adjust your sets. Yes, this is another video. I'm gonna try and not make it that I run over and then have to chop it abruptly in half like I've done in recent times. I think I just get carried away, especially having a few of these. And you know, some people, I can't remember who it was now, someone was saying, I can't remember who I watched, and they sort of said they've got to do like less lengthy videos and more in depth about certain things, and there's kind of a logic to that. It really is, but I get carried away. I get too excited, and to be honest, a lot of this stuff has been sat here for a long time, probably since last year. So I really need to get it shown. I know it sounds daft, get it put away, but you know, sort of get it stored, so I can create a little bit more space for put other shit in here. Essentially, obviously, you've got Switch 2. Been playing that. I'm not going to bore you to death because that's current gen. See, I've got to disappear. I've got to try and find a space to put the can down. But now I'm like I said, and I'll leave it here. You buy Nintendo to play Nintendo. If you're going to buy Switch 2 to play PS4, Xbox type games, forget about it. It's pointless. Really is pointless. So that's all I'll say about that. I'll maybe touch on it again in the future, maybe when another game comes out or whatever, and I'll briefly mention it, but I'm not going to labour on the point too much because it's not really kind of what this channel's about, although it is Nintendo. It is Nintendo. Right, so what else was I going to say? Event-wise, we are on 7th, so in 2 weeks. 2 weeks is Doncaster, so this should be out before then. So back at Donny Dome, again, historically, not really breaking any records there, truth be told. But we'll, you know, strange things have happened at sea, but we'll see, and we'll go and we'll see people and whatnot, and hopefully sell some stuff, makes a bit more space. I can buy more shit, and yeah, and so the cycle continues. But what we've got here, and I've had a look. I mean, I sort of said there's a load of Sega. There's not a load of Sega. There's some Sega. There's some engine. Hopefully I'll get to some engine. There's plenty of Nintendo, you know that. And I've got one more console to show you. So I'm going to start with this item here. This has been in the background, and no one's fucking seen it because nobody cares. I don't think no one's that bothered. I don't blame you. But I've noticed in my videos it's been sat there. Because I've got nowhere else to put it, so it's had to stay there. Essentially, there's burp coming up here. Burt Reynolds. Oh dear. Gaseous clay. But anyway, again, this has got to be before Christmas. I've seen there's one other thing of this. I'm not going to say what it is because obviously I want to buy it, and it's just a bit of fucking tat, right? It has no use, no ornament. It didn't have any use, no ornament back in the day, let alone now. But it's just cool shit. And it is a little bit of weakness of mine. Again, not going to labour on the point too much. I've kind of mentioned it before about the sort of bits and bats that surround these consoles. Always sort of, they all seem to orbit, don't they? Any sort of console. You kind of still get it now with newer machines. Not as much though, I don't think. Again, you know, being old, whatever. Things ain't the same now, but they kind of weren't. I mean, back then you had companies just doing crazy shit like the Mad Cats people and Interact and all them kind of like third-party people coming up with crazy and wacky stuff. Don't really happen now. They've all kind of like mainline, streamlined, and all clone each other. So this and the other thing that I kind of want was from the NES. I mean, absolutely useless. Again, I don't even think it worked when it came out. But it is the Konami laser scope. So this has been sat down there at the back. No one seemingly noticed it. No one cared. I don't blame you. It's even got dust on it because it's been a lot of dust. Remember dust? Where's that person gone? Dust. Yeah, trying to troll me and I just kind of owned it. Anyway, I digress. So the guy had this, he had it on like bids, or I think it might have been, no, I think it was bids. And I sort of said to him, well, what would you take? And it was something ridiculous he wanted. And I was like, no. And then I think it must have gone a couple of cycles and no one was interested. And then he put it up for the price and then best offer. So I sent him a best offer. It was something like this. Again, it's been months, right? It was something like that where he weren't happy with my offer, however it worked out. And I just kind of left it. And then he messaged me and sort of said, look, I'll take this much and get it posted to you, blah, blah. And it was like about a £5 more than I'd offered. I was like, yeah, I'm in. Honestly, outside of like, there's a sticker here that's, for whatever reason, I think someone's actually, it's not a proper price sticker. Someone looks like they've taken a bit of paper and glued it on. So I can't get that off without damaging it. It's not a price sticker. So I thought, well, I'm just going to leave it. It's no big deal. I mean, I would prefer to take it off. But the insides of this, it's got all the polys. Again, I'm not going to labour on showing the insides too much. But it's all polyed up. Again, I think it's probably been used a handful of times. I think someone probably used it once and went, this is fucking shit. And didn't bother again. But you put it on your fat head. And again, it's probably for a kid's head. So putting on this whacking great noggin, it's like the 3D glasses for the Master System. You're just going to break them. But I mean, again, and also by Konami. I don't know who actually, was it done by Konami or was it like a third party that they used? I think it actually might be a Konami released product. You know, because sometimes they have it. No, it is by Konami, bizarrely, but fucking next to you, it's kind of like a bit like the Power Glove that I mentioned before. But the Power Gloves, you see, it's got different status attached to it because of the wizard and stuff. I mean, this less so. And the other last one that I want, again, absolutely useless peripheral, useless thing as this is, but still just cool as hell, man. So yeah, I mean, I've got loads of stuff. I'd love to be able to put these all out and display them on. Oh, talking of that, I can show you. Again, going back, Crimbo time, last year, whatever, you can see up here, all the indie figures are gone now. I say gone. They've been boxed up and put into the garage, aka storage room. So it did create a little bit of space for me Nintendo games, which has kind of been swallowed up already. So I kind of back to square one, but I'll just quickly show you if I can. There you go. So I've kind of like stashed all them up there. I did get some box protectors for the controllers. The controllers, they look quite nice. Again, I think that was from Retro Cave, or I can't remember. It's where I got the GameCube big box ones from. Yeah, and obviously all to the stuff. The nicer bits, if you like. But yeah, it'd be nice to be able to put stuff like that out, but space is just literally at the absolute premium here. So talking about big box stuff up there. Again, this has got to be before Christmas. I thought, and I've seen this since, and people are asking double. Asking, ain't getting, is it? Let's be honest with eBay. I've never seen one of these at shows. It needed a bit of work. There is one of the same ilk up there, and I showed that a previous vid ages ago. Weren't cheap, those that know. It's the Donkey Kong Country Diddy's Kong Quest, the sort of big box edition. This is in what is essentially like a Metroid box, aka what is it, Mario Paint, because no one does a box protector. There's only two of these. There's this and the Yoshi one, which I've got. So, I mean, literally, it's Donkey Kong Country 2 in the big box with the guide. The box game that came with this wasn't in great nick. I bought I bought a complete in box, another one, off of Facebook, which was in really good condition, and then sold the one out of this that I kind of tied up for what I paid for the nice one. So it cost me nothing, right? Bit of work, bit of effort, bit of leg work. I think I sold that in London. But it was complete, you know, it was nice condition, but it wasn't as nice as the one that I bought off of Facebook. So I just kind of like just upgraded for nothing, essentially. But yeah, these sort of bigger boxes, they are made of thick, nice, thick, heavy card, but it's really hard to work with, unfortunately. So even when you're ironing it and stuff, it doesn't want to move because it's quite thick, heavy stock card, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, I got it into a form and into a shape. This isn't going to hold its shape. It's just to stop it getting bashed about. The problem is I've got to fit it up here. And as you can see, there is no space. So something's going to have to move. Look, again, this has just been sat down here, along with laser scope, kind of getting in the way, so to speak, of the junk shop. So this needs to be homed somewhere up there. And it'll be on display. It'll be on display. Where? I don't know. What I was going to say, there was a couple of vids I've watched. Pete, SNES-tastic. And I've just seen Stu's release a video about this. Again, God knows when this video will go up. I ain't watched Stu's. Pete was talking about collecting carts, 2025. And again, very interesting. Very interesting. A different take. Go over and watch Pete's. You all know Pete anyway. But it's different for everybody, and it's different depending on where you are in the journey and what your expectations are. Because he was talking about like the SNES, because he used to be a very big American SNES collector, just American SNES games. But now over the years, because of whatever reason, financial reasons, etc., he's kind of looking to the other regions now, and he's just seeing the SNES as a collective, as a machine, be it Super Famicom, American or PAL. And to be honest, I've always been that way. You'll see it in a minute. Some of the games here. There's been one game that I kind of wanted, or not wanted, but always been interested on the PAL region. It popped up on the American. I'm like, good enough. I'll take it. Outside of the RPGs, the Japanese ones used to be cheaper, but that's all changing. That's all changing because you can fan translate it. So let's say a couple of little interesting videos that I've watched. That I thought were gaming related, but they're not showing off games, which is tend to what I like to watch. But yeah, go over, check Pete's vid out. Anyway, show some games. I'll show you some games. Then I'll show you. I don't know. We'll fucking crack on. Right. So these are from the London gaming market. Gordon Bennett early in the year. From Nick the Greek. Alan Chang's mate. Nick's collecting trainers now, like Addy Sneaker Freak. Again, probably trainer things, probably the same difference. Are the soles fucking dirty? Are the laces the original lace? I don't know. Be all weird and wonderful shit. That it's, again, all the same tricks that we do. But anyway, he had some games there. These are a little bit ropey condition. Tail end of what Nick's got left, I suppose. They are all American. And he did me a fantastic deal. I had to fettle with some of them, but you know what? Don't mind that. So, it was speaking to. I did it on my last vid. The amount of people that like this game in the arcades, absolutely. I'm hoping they meant the arcade game, because a home console ports this are fucking terrible. This is the second one. I'm guessing. God, who did it now? I can't remember who did it now. It wasn't Atari. Shoot. I can't remember. Whoever it was that developed it, I think it might have been Atari, I don't know. Obviously needed to cash in the technology because the game was shit. Hard driving, right? Because it was on the cover and I was like talking about hard driving and I was like, I liked hard driving. I'm like, you're fucking insane. I think it used to be £1 or 50p a go. You'd have one go and you'd be done. Because it'd be like, that's a waste of money, man. I ain't doing that again. Anyway, from Nick Nick the Greek, I got race driving on the SNES. So obviously this was their attempt. Was it Atari? Fuck. This is by THQ. They didn't develop it though. I'm just trying to read who it was. I can't. My eyes are gone. Don't know. I'm trying to think in the arcade. Was it? I don't know. But whoever it was, obviously driving around and simulating the car probably didn't appeal to many people. So you know what? We'll make it a sort of racing game. And this is said attempt at it. I can't really say. I think this might have been a console only. Or it might be one of these ones there, you know, as a, what did they call them? An operator in the arcade. You could get like, you could swap the board out or add a daughter board in it, turn it into race driving, so you can eke a bit more money out of that shit machine that no one ever fucking played. But anyway, from Nick the Greek. No, it's not American. This is the PAL version. I tell a lie. It's the PAL version. These are the two Americans. But yeah, wasn't never for me. I know people like Stunt Car Racer as well. That's a different animal. Right. This one, great movie. If you haven't seen this movie, watch it. Really good movie. I can't speak to the game, and I think well, I know it is. This is a US exclusive. I don't even think it got a Japanese release. I don't think it would have done. It's Untouchables by Ocean. I'm definitely sure this didn't get a PAL release. I've never seen it on PAL. It's a typical Ocean movie tie-in where they do that whole is about 4 different game genres, and we're going to wrap them all into one. So you get like a 3D-esque shooter, a maze game, a platform game, and some puzzle or whatever. There were masters at doing that in Ocean, but they're literally cookie cutter for a movie tie-in. These are all the different game genres. We're going to bund them all into one and basically loosely base it around said movie. I've got a feeling this is not a bad actual game in and of itself. Someone's talked about this and I can't remember who it was, because I remember them talking about the alley shooting game. I don't think it got a PAL release. I don't think I've ever seen it. Again, from Nick. These weren't in great Nick, but from Nick in great Nick. Give them an iron, give them a bit of glue in. They've come up all right. Now, this is the one that I've looked at. It's been on CTX once or twice. What was that without the manual? Another movie tie-in, not by Ocean. It's by Absolute. The late, great Robin Williams. Not Robbie Williams. Robin Williams. You know what? I don't even think I've seen the movie. It's toys. It's toys. I can't really speak to it because I haven't played it and I haven't seen the actual movie. This is got a PAL release for a fact. But again, these are all complete. Need a bit of an iron, bit of a glue in, tighten the edges up and stuff. But that was one. That's one that I say the scene on, because it's been on CX. I kind of a little bit interested in that. It popped up on Nick's stall, way cheaper because it's American. I'm like, yeah, done. I've got no qualms about that. It's, you know, I'm not going for a full PAL SNES set. A full PAL SNES set. Case in point, because they're American. It don't bother me. You know, it's just a Super Nintendo to me. It's just one console. Because I'll play it on the Super SG, it's irrelevant what machine or what region it is. Okay. Talking of machines and the Super SG. Obviously, I've got the Super SG, got the Super NT. It's not that I don't like the original hardware or anything like that. It's not about that. I've got versions, variations, boxed versions of all those machines. It's convenience. It's convenience, it's compatibility, it's flexibility. So, one glaring omission from from my I don't know what you call it, new hardware collection of consoles. I don't know, up to date, future proof of said machines was always the Nintendo, the NES. Analog did, and sort of technically I suppose do one, and it's called the Noir. I don't know, whatever reason, it's Analog's logic, which is no logic at all. Make things in limited numbers, so you create a fake false market. You can't get them for, I mean, they're like 800 quid, even used. Was that sealed? I can't, anyway, ridiculous amounts of money. But, I'd seen this one. People always talk about this one when they talk about the Noir, NT Noir. And you couldn't get it, you can't get it. I think these are like, they're handmade in limited numbers. You can buy them. And I was literally that far away from buying one from the States. They're American. They are different, but better than the analog versions. I can't remember. There's a reason for it. It might come to me. But when you start adding on the postage and then the import, it kind of makes it a little bit expensive. But I was still kind of like, oh. And then lo and behold, one popped up on eBay. The guy had literally listed it within like 20 minutes, and I bought it. And he even messaged me, sort of saying, "Oh, that was quick." I said, "Look, no word of lie. I literally was going to buy one of these from their website, but I've seen yours." I mean, I've given what he paid for it, less the postage and then the import. So I saved myself the best part of 100 quid. I then got a little bit more money back because, for whatever reason, the insides had been damaged or whatever. He said this was a duplicate. I don't know. But look, the console fucking works. It's fine. You may already know this. I spoke to Dylan about it, again, probably before Christmas. It's a retro USB AVS. Very different. Very different machine from the analog ones. Build quality, you can sort of tell. This only does up to, I think it's 720p, but it does something that the analog doesn't do, and I can't remember what it's called now. It's something to do with the image. Yeah, it's only just 720p. It's something to do with the scaling, and I can't remember what it's called because I'm not technical enough to know. Because I'm stupid. And it won't stop with it on here, but yeah, look, it's basically a HDMI NES, so it's just pure convenience. It's got the Game Genie, all that kind of stuff, all built into it, and it just, you know, like it's can use the OG controllers, etc., etc. It's a nice bit of kit. It really is a nice bit of kit. And it looks a little bit NES-y. I kind of like that. It didn't go. I can't remember what the guy's name is. Whoever he runs Retro USB, but you can go onto that retrousb.com and you can buy these. You can buy them from the guy. You get them shipped over. But it always kind of annoyed me. Yeah, cheat code database. That I didn't have a sort of future-proof version for the NES, considering how close I am to a full set. So yeah, that's been sat there for God knows how long, and I just wanted to get it shown, really, and say there might be some few people out there. Again, a bit like the SNES, region becomes null and void in that space if you're just into buying the games, you know, your Mega Man or whatever. I'd say they're cheaper, but some of them aren't now, from America and or Japan. It's not like it used to be. Here's me saying it ain't going to be a long video. It's going to be fucking long again, ain't it? We're on best part of half an hour because I'm just waffling. Okay, right. So, a few more guides, bits of paper. I know this will be the last of it until such time I find any more. These were the N64 magazine. I've got these in the job block probably. And then this one, I think, I don't know where this comes from. The Unauthorized How to Speak Nintendo Game Book. Just cheat cart, little cheat book. I'm not even sure what it came with. Probably. Oh no, it's from London. It is UK. It's a UK one. I mean, £3.99. I can't speak to where it's come from. It come with something. But what I have got, and I'm looking for the third one, which is the more expensive. One I got from eBay. One I got from. Where did I get the other one from? I got it in the job lot with something. I can't remember now. But I remember the guy saying to me, the book, where he just said, "Oh, there's a book with it. There's a guide or something, like as in like his instructions." I bought it with a load of instructions, like loose instructions, and for whatever reason, this was in with it, and it's probably worth more than I paid for all the instructions. But hey ho, this is the first one of the set. I got this from eBay. It's not in the greatest nick, but it was the cheapest one on there. I say there's 3 in the set. I don't know. Once I've got one, I have to have them all. And I mean, they look quite nice. It's a Sega Mega Drive Power Tips book. So I think this was from... No, it wasn't. I was going to say from Mean Machine. It's not. It's just the official Mega Drive Power Tips book. The one that I got, say it's part of all the manuals, was the Power Tip book too. But there's a third one. And the third one's the expensive one. Which is a bit of a shame, but kind of the way it usually works. Again, the third one was probably towards the end of the Mega Drive's life. Yeah, just by a chap called Carl Rowley. Is it the same person? No, Neil West. I don't know. I've got a feeling they look sort of Mean Machine-esque, don't they? But they're not. Maybe they are. I can't remember now. And I can't remember where this one come from. This might have been from the other gaming lot, but I can't remember now. For some reason, it was in with these ones. I just found it. I've kept it because, although it's not really my genre, I figured, you know what? It's kind of what word am I looking for now? Not niche, but it's got that sort of I can't think. I've had too many beers. I've had one beer. Anyway, it's Evil Dead: Hail to the King. What word am I looking for, guys? Where cult appeal. Who are you calling a cult? So yeah, and again, I don't think it owed me anything. I don't know why it's in with them ones, because I didn't get it with them ones. I don't know where I've got it from, but like I say, like the survival horror, I'm not good with that, man. I have night terrors. I've told you this before. Resident Evil, anything like that would scare the fucking shit out of me. I'm a wimp. I'm an absolute wimp. And I know Evil Dead's like tongue-in-cheek. It's not scary, Stu, but shit like that plays on my mind. Some, again, probably coming in a job lot. I don't know where from. Not something I've seen, but I thought, you know what? Just keep it. Don't know me anything. Probably a fight pad, and it's the Gamester. I can't read it. Something or other. But who was on about holding Russ, the retro repair bear? Russ, the retro repair bear? No, Russ, the retro bear. Fucking hell. Ideal one for you, mate. You ain't gonna look like an idiot now. You can actually hold it as a proper fight pad. I'm guessing that's how it was sold. I mean, it makes actually using the thumb really horrible because you haven't got that support there. That way, good. Using that, no bueno. I've still got the trigger underneath. But again, just a little addendum. And I'm like, yeah, we'll keep that. Talking about shit that come in a job lot. Probably with some DSs or whatever I've bought in the past. I don't know. One that I didn't have, I remember playing this on the Switch, my brick Switch, which I'm still trying to get Nintendo to unbrick, which I know is going to happen. I think I got the first one of these. This is Mario versus Donkey Kong Match of the Minis, just a DS title. But again, it was just part of a bundle that I just thought I'd keep. This is in great nick as well. So there we go. There's those bits. What we on? 40 minutes. Should we call it there? We'll call it there. There'll be a part 2 because I might as well continue on. We'll chop it here and then we'll be back for part 2. Stick around.